Hello everybody, welcome back to Yenes Cake Tips again. Today's tutorial is about another floral design using Yenes Way sliced fondant pattern method. So this time I'm getting my inspiration from poppy flower and the result will look like this. I have done this a couple of times before, and then this is another design I think is quite nice to see. So the basic principles are always the same. You find the pattern which is possible to make this method. That means you are able to separate individual segments of the pattern and you can produce long pieces of a combination of fondant patterns or fondant colors, etc. And then you can slice and put side by side and roll in between two cellophane sheets. So as long as you can achieve that, what I'm saying, it is possible to use this method for cake decorating. What I have over here is the 70 by 30 centimeter two cellophane sheets, which I'm going to sandwich the fondant in between and roll together. So I have a PVC pipe here to use the rolling purpose, of course, and it is quite important to have this kind of thing, like a PVC, just quite slippery. You can just drag and you can just glide on top of the cellophane sheet to pressurize the fondant and get bigger and bigger. So I have here also, I'm using Vision fondant because the reason is the Vision fondant doesn't get so quickly dry. It allows me to work longer with that. And as a tools that I have chopping board, of course, I have some ruler here to understand the measurements, oil spray, water spray, a knife to cut the portion of fondants, and I have also a blade. It's just like a little box cutter to slice the fondant, and scissor, marking pen, quite useful to get some marking on the cellophane sheet to know the size of it, and then plastic knife also push things together left and right. Some of surface decoration in cake decorating business is quite understandable. When you look at the picture, you can already have an idea what to do if you have a little bit of experience. But pattern like this, I'm sort of like realizing something. When I show this pattern to other people, they say, and it's sort of like just question them, like just make a quiz. And then I ask them, you can understand how I did that? And then most of the people cannot understand right away. So because the pattern is just very much like a very nice and smooth surface, most of people think that I'm cutting individual pieces and join together on top of them, fiddling with that. So and even do that, you cannot make this so straight. So that's why it is not that so simple to understandable when I just look into the picture. That's why I'm going to do this tutorial for you to understand better. First, as I said, let's identify how many individual segments that we can dissect from this design and then try to produce all those long piece of fondant. So first one is that particular one single petal. So that will be red, about this size. Then I will have, so there's some kind of like a darker shade over here. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do like this, like that, and like that, black in between. I will show you how to do this. As you see over here, I have already kneaded all those colors except part of the black, because I need to have like a raw hard fondant just comes out from the packaging. I'll show you for the reason for that. The second segment is the center part here. That will be then yellow, and after that black around, and after that one more yellow outside, like this. That's the center. So yellow, black, and yellow outside. All right. And this will have also, outside will be another thin layers of like a kind of dark red. I'll just mix the black one with the red, put it around. You will see the reason also. Another pattern which I'm going to add over here, the green. The green will be leaves will be look like this. All right. This is also going to be like flat piece and then chop like that. And after that, just push it down a little bit, all right? So the last pattern is the black part here, but I'm going to add white lines in between, just like I did in the Victorian teapot. I put the white with the gray lines around, but this will be then black with white lines around. So this will be then like a black piece with a very thin white around, like this, all right? So I'm using marker pen, it's quite thick, but it's not justifying the look, but you will understand what I'm saying now here. So I will have the petal, 1, and the center of the flower, 2, and then green on the other side here, and then black part here. So what are we having over here? 1, 2, 3, 4 segments that we have to produce one after another. So I'm going to start from this red one with the black lines in between. So this is already one I already started, so I'm going to show you one more time. So once I have this, I do a kind of a sausage, probably about 3 centimeter or 2.5 centimeter. All right. I don't need so much. Just cut this off a little bit. First of all, I want to do that. I want to put some lines in between here, but I cannot just roll already soft or kneaded fondant because it will be too soft to handle. That's why I'm going to use just like a raw, unmixed, just the fondant comes from the packaging. It has got already the goodness of hard texture here. So I'm using my knife and then just slicing to a kind of like a pinnacle shape. Look at that. Like that. So this is really, really sharp like knife. Okay, here, 1. And then I'm just use the other side now. Clean the knife. Just cut one more, same area. That's the second one. All right, just keep it here. And then one more. I can cut from same side again. All right, that's it. Let's get this one prepared first. All right, keep a little bit more thin on the back, but this is very, very sharp at the front. Just stretch it a bit so it will be done the same size, similar size of this. All right, and then after that, I'm going to cut this right cleanly from the sharp side. So this is one, okay? Second one, give a bit of enhancement on one side, roll it a bit, okay, here, that's it, and then sharp again, cut again, so the second one, and this one. This also cut here. All right. So we are ready with this one. Let's cut our slicing here. Just cut one in the middle like this, and then separate, and then get this one inside here, and push it in. Make sure that the shape doesn't disturb. Nice and sharp edge. And then once I close this one up again here, and then I'm going to cut one more time. Actually twice more. One time like this way, another one like that. All right, just like in this picture. It's a different direction. All right, quite close to the other one. So you see that I'm not really cutting in once. So that's like I'm just dragging my knife back and forward. All right, here, separate a little bit, like that. Put this in. That's it. I don't think we need the whole length, so I will only use the center part. One more time. This way. Open up. That is so thin. Get in there. That's it. So I already have that shape what I'm looking for, but I like to have a frame around, just a thin frame around. So I mix the red color with the black together, make it sort of very dark burgundy, sort of almost black. All right, I'm going to roll this one again in between two plastic sheets. Okay. A little bit of oil here, just a little bit. Place it in the middle, okay, and then second one on top. You don't need so much oil, okay, and then just go back and forwards. Try to get it as thin as possible. Look at that. Sometimes it's just separating and putting back again. It helps to release the pressure, so you can just roll further. Look at it. That's it. It's almost paper thin. All right, just a little bit of moisture, just from the air like this. All right. Cut this up. And I'd like to put this on the joining part. See, it's already covering itself nicely. Right, go around. You see, when I do that and come back, I can see the line where to cut. I just go 1 millimeter no further. Right. That's it. So my one of the sausage, nicely done. And the second one, I think I should roll this one a little bit more further, just like this. Okay, don't need to have this. Again, just from the air. Now that's more than enough. That's really paper thin, very, very thin, right? So these are done. Next I will do that the center one, this yellow part, and then the green one, the green lips, and I'll show you the last couple of them to understand. Now, the yellow one, I don't need much, just a small piece. That should be good enough. I can roll again later on. I just need 8 slices, so this is more than enough. All right, that's the black. A little bit of water. That's done. Okay, then here again, a bit of water. That's it. So we can go further, thinner this one. We just need a couple, no problem. Just still too big. Alright, and the green ones, I just want to make it quickly leaves that both end sharp. So I'm just going to cut like this. 1, 2, and just 3 cut. So the thin is correct, but in the middle is 2 in other corners. I just want to kill that to make it like an oblong shape, or not oblong, but two sides sharp, but other side is just a bit roundish. So that's also done. All right. So one thing left is the black with the white around. So I'm going to roll a little bit of white here, very, very thin, in between the plastic, and then I get back to you. That's it. So I have already rolled my white. Just go a little bit more thinner around. Paper thin. Paper thin. Really so thin. Okay. That's it. 1, 2, and the 3. That's it. So you can always take this one, and then if you're not happy with the size, you can just go further. Which I'm going to make it quite small ones, and also continue with the larger ones towards outside. So when this black circles touching to the flowers, it will be quite small, and after that going to be larger later on, towards the end of the pattern, right? So we are all ready. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's time to set up our pattern into the in between 2 silicone sheets. From now on, things get quite quick. So this cake is about 20 centimeter height, and then circumference around 52 centimeter. Let's put a marking over here first. Using marker pen. So I'm just staying a bit in between the sort of like available area in cellophane sheet. There's one spot here, one spot there, and also one spot here, one spot there, and also 52 centimeters in the middle. One here, one there. So that should be the fondant destination size. But that, it's an approximate. And I like to set my pattern slightly smaller, somewhere around this area. Right? So that I can have enough distance to travel to make everything nice and flat, thinner and flat. All right? So now it doesn't make sense if we put our fondant on top of this marking pen. So I'll just turn over to the other side. So we have no contact to the marker pen paint. A little bit of oil, make some space here, all right? And then starting from this yellow center, all right? Get a bit thinner. All right. We will have a lot of leftovers, so we can still actually keep somewhere in a box that we can reuse it again for some other reason. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see how many flowers we can do. We can coverage with the eight of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, kind of 8, but I'm not so sure the location. I will just play around a little bit later on. Right? So that's the first thing. All right, now we start from this one. Give it always a little bit of like rolling, then things sticking together. All right, cut in the middle first. Oh, that's a good one. All right, Let me check the other one. Is it better or not? So I'm going to choose the best one. Ah, that's pretty the same, but I will use this one, doesn't matter. So I'm going to cut this one now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just keep going. Try to make it as equal as possible, the thickness. It's about, let's say about 5-6 millimeters. Alright. So the last ones are no good. I can only see less black marking here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As you realize, I'm pushing a little bit the center to just make sure that we can get 5 in the middle. Right? So 1, 2, 3. You must notice that I'm putting that black lines towards the center. I love this method because it takes a little bit time to set up, but after that you're done. So when you roll this fondant, you cover the cake, you also decorate the cake at the same time. So that's why it's quite practical. Okay. So I'm going to put now here a flower, which is not completely going around. I'm just going to go like, it looks like the flower behind the other one. All right, just like this, maybe just here, like that. All right, let's do one here also. Same thing, like that. I want you to notice that I left some areas like a gap in between to make it look nice, and then just uncheck her again. So this will be, should be, I think here, it's better. This one move a little bit because not enough space over here. And then this one goes like that and like that. All right, so this is done. You can keep this on the side. All right, next thing is the green stuff. You must always clean the knife nicely. All right, let's see how it's look like. I'm not going to use too much of green. Maybe that's enough, I'm not so sure. So I think I can put just 1 or 2 here. And then sort of like maybe 1 or 2 here. Like that. And like that. What about here? I keep a bit separate because it's going to join together anyway. All right. When I look at it, it's just nice and balanced, no problem at all. I don't have to do more of this one. So now, as I said, I'm going to continue with the black and white, but I like to do small ones towards the center and then around of it, and then larger ones around. So that's why I'm going to roll this a bit further to make it smaller. You can do as small as you wish. All right, should be good. We need quite a lot, so I'm just going to cut without counting anything. Sliced fondant. So it makes sense, isn't it? So the name is completely correct, I believe. Alright. I'll go a bit further, not wasting too much of your time, and come back to you before I finish. So as I explained, I use the small ones in between sort of like complicated areas, and then reduce or increase the size a little bit, reduce the original size smaller a little bit, but increase the size of these small ones to get the second line. So I'm going to now put another size, larger one, completely extreme outside. So also you have to realize that I give you a bit of pinch. If I go for the sharp corner like this, I pinch a little bit to push it in, so that leaf shape doesn't really too much disturb when we going down with the size. So now just a couple of more outside, then we are done to ready to roll. Okay, so just go ahead, and to make things like larger like this, it will be also help to do things quicker. So because it's better, more larger area is like a covered. All right, that's it. And you can always like squish it a bit and then touch things together better, right? No problem at all, like that. So we're almost there, almost there. Here we go, here we go. That's it. Maybe one more here. All right, now, this is all done, set, ready. I'm gonna just clean up, make some space and roll it properly. Okay, let's go. First of all, you push with the hand a little bit, just squish a little bit, sort of like gaps are a little bit more closer. All right, just like this. All right. It's good that the resin doesn't dry so quickly, so we can just work it out in our comfortable time. All right, put a little bit of oil here, just a little bit. All right, and place my second cellophane sheet on top. All right. Lift up together. Oil makes it a bit more sticky around, but sometimes a bit uncomfortable to lift up, and because you can't just grab things like this. So just push it down slowly and then use your roller. This are the things are getting together. All right. Once you do that, the outer ones may just move a little bit. Also, push it back. All right. Just like this. A little bit more oil. Pull it back. All right. Now, push. So we actually leave equal amount of sort of like gap in between, so that when we're rolling, the proportion of the design doesn't really change much. Okay. Just the outside area, things may get out of hand, but we can always push it back. No problem at all. As long as we reach that black line, what we just did before, we are secure. That's a little bit more different direction we need to put on. I just place it back again. Okay. All right, it's time to re-oil a little bit. That's it. And turn upside down. And this also re-oil a little bit. All right, now a little bit more control, like where does it go, how much it goes. All right, I think this is already enough. We can cut a straight line from here, and then we just go left and right a little bit. That's it. This is already over the line. but I want to have the top part a little bit more longer so we can just fold it on the edge over here. All right. That's it. I can put this on the side now. I can coat the cake tomorrow, no problem at all. All right. So now I like to cover this part with black. I already rolled some before. Put a little bit of water here. I mean, we use sometimes that silicone mats that we can lift up to fondant and everything, but see that this cellophane sheet, which is no cost, it does about similar job, right? I'm talking about lifting and then bring this fondant somewhere else or carrying around. That's just what I'm talking about. Like, that's it. There is a bit of a bubble here. Push it out. Okay, now I'm just going to use my blade to cut the sides. Now let's select which side looks better. So I can see over here it's nice, right? And this one turning here. I think other side, because there's some like too much separations over here, I like to use this side. Because I'm going to use this side, I have to keep that plastic on here and then remove the plastic from other side, because I will just go around with the plastic and remove the plastic. This will be exposed outside, right? So just go here, like that, and push this one a little bit. So the oil is actually just keep things in like a stick on the surface, right? Yeah, like this. Okay. All right, now what I like to do, I'm going to cut one straight line over here, just like that. And then clear up that after cutting line. All right, this is done. All right, now what I like to do, I'm going to put this back again. Right, back again. Turning around. So we're going to use this side, okay? I just want to secure that a little bit more oil, so it's just nice and sort of like secure that it's just not gonna fall off. Right? Here's this. Okay, and turn around again, because we want to have this side. Did we? Yeah, I think so. This side is we want. So I'm going to remove that plastic again, all right, and put exact on the edge here. That's not a straight cut. I'm going to use this side better. Exact on the edge. So this one exact on the edge. So when we lift up and put on the side of the cake, it's nothing in the way. All right. All good. Now, usually I cut one more line over here, but I'm not going to do this because of this flowery design. I like to get this sort of like wiggly. Maybe I start from this side, wiggly part, and then try to match that the other side by removing and adding a few pieces over there, so we have a like not straight line. So this will be not visible, the joint part, right? So remove that. Okay, we are ready to lift off and put things around the cake. All right. So just to moisture the cake. If this cake out of mud cake or something or buttercream nicely masked, make sure that it's really geometrical, really 90 degrees straight, and then very nicely masked, so there will be no sort of like foldings on that when we're putting on. All right. As you see, this is a dummy cake, but everything is possible, whatever we do here, with the normal real cake. I'm more emphasizing on technical methods, so that's why it's, for me, is at this stage not important what kind of cake you use, as long as that firm enough to hold the shape, right? So I just clean the moisture from the base, right? Stay in the right place. That's the one. Now we're gonna put this over here. Gonna go a little bit more back here to lift off, and this one here. All right. So lifting up and placing this one here, that part, nicely. Okay. And after that, I'm gonna go slowly turning around. Make sure that I'm not missing any kind of, not too much of gap at the bottom, as good as possible. Oh, that's perfect. All right. So that's good. We can just go a bit like this now here, and then remove that excess plastic from this side. Okay, put it back again, and then we'll see where the joining part. I'm going to cut this accordingly, but approximately, not really 100% edge to edge, because we can always push to the edge together. All right. So we don't need this part, we don't need this part, this part here. So I'm not actually cutting, I'm just removing that segments that matches that to the area here. I may just cut this flower. It looks like it's in behind. This is quite good, no need to worry about it. So I'm going to cut this part. This one done, and then this one, just a small piece here left. All right, there's a little bit of gap, but I can always push it. Put it back, push it together, don't see nothing at all. First time I tried this, always I cut a straight line. It is always line to seed, but here we completely solved that problem. Then take your time, just make sure that everything nice stick. Nothing is like a wrong here. Everything is good. Then what I do, I'm going to remove that now slowly. Make some space. Where's the joint? It's hard to see the joints with the oil. All right. Okay, let's see, is there anything missing around here? Anything fall off? Yes, one small piece is over here, fall off. Just going to put back something here. That's it. And then one more small little piece over here, just to make sure there's nothing missing. All right. That's it. Then fold this one inwards. Yeah. Something not enough here. I'll just put one more. That's it. Look at that. Don't push this too much. It can be embossed, this edge here. Right. So imagine now you can put another poppy flower out of pastel or something, and a nice big one on top. So that will be completely matching concept. All right. All right. So it's nice and smooth on the side. So it is finished. I can't even see where the joint was, so I think pretty good idea that not to cut straight lines. So that was my third video with the same technique in that YouTube platform. I'm sure that you have already a few ideas in your mind to follow the same kind of technique to create your own pattern. So I hope to do that. Please send me some pictures if you do that. So if you follow the basic steps, basic principles, as I mentioned, that you select your pattern, that which is can be complicated, but it must be possible to take simple segments out and then produce simple long pieces fondant, so you can slice them, put them together. So thank you so much for watching me again, guys, and don't forget to check yenersby.com for more, and please like, share and subscribe to stay tuned with us. God bless you all. Until next tutorial, bye for now.